Hi, it's Edie here. I help stressed out people own their lives through developing powerful self-care practices, also known as habits. I'm coming to you from my home office in San Antonio, Texas. Recently, I was presenting at a conference, and in the question and answer session, one of the women said, "You know, what you talk about is so much about taking care of myself. I don't understand what that has to do with helping my team be stronger." And I realized I don't talk about that enough. So here's to rectify that situation, because the important work is get the team to function in a lot of our critical care fields. So 911, nurses and medical staff, and in lots and lots of places like mental health care and nursing homes, we have staffing shortages because a lot of times those environments get toxic with interpersonal relationships. And so toxic supervision and toxic interpersonal relationships destroy the team. It's all rooted in the individual. A toxic supervisor doesn't become a toxic supervisor on purpose. They're not evil people. People get promoted because they're good at their job. And they get promoted because someone else sees in them something that makes them believe that that person can lead. But when we don't take care of ourselves, when we're not properly equipped for our job, when we go from being a line person to a supervisor with no additional training, with no instruction, not even a book recommendation, it's a very different job than any line work. And so I've been promoted. I know what it feels like to go from one day I'm your colleague to the next day I'm responsible for your work, and I don't have any additional training. I just have to go with what my gut says. My experience was that who I was made a difference in how I led, and my reactions to other people made a difference. Turns out I was pretty conflict averse, and so I would put off dealing with conflict. Putting it off does not make it better. And that was me. But the result was the conflict rose within the department and it became toxic. I became toxic because I thought I shouldn't have to deal with other people's problems, when it turns out that that's a supervisor's job. We think it's scheduling and doing all the paperwork and making sure all the I's are dotted and the T's are crossed, but really a supervisor's work is taking care of the people, taking care of the line staff, and we're not equipped to do it. And so self-care becomes completely front and center. So important, because we're all we got. We got to take care of ourselves. That's why I developed the Gremlins, to be able to talk about some pretty abstract concepts about who we are and how we show up and what kind of different things we can take a look at and how we can address it, because it's important. You're important. Your work is important. Who you are, how you show up matters so much, not just to you, not just to your family, but to your team at work and to the people that your team serves. If you are in an environment where you have had to serve the public over the last year during COVID, my heart is with you. This has not been an easy year. Medical field, in 911 and in the people who are out on the street, the officers, the medics, the firefighters, animal control. We're dealing with a society that has been under extreme stress. And I believe over the next 5 years, we'll be dealing with high levels of grief worldwide, not just nationwide. And grief does not help relationships very well. Grief is really, really hard on our ability to be joyful in our lives. So dealing with ourselves and having the habits to keep ourselves happy and keep ourselves joyful and keep ourselves healthy, these things matter so much. You deserve your best life. Your family deserves your best life. And your work team deserves your best life. This work is so, so, so important. And you're worth it. The work's not easy. Nothing I tell you to do is easy. It's simple. Simple. It's just not complicated. But getting past our own barriers and our own fears, that's really where the challenge is. Shaping your own habits to shape your own life is the work of your life. I'm here to accompany you, to celebrate you, and to witness your personal transformation. Let my journey become your shortcut because you deserve it. Thanks.